Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are very fine. Today, we are going to continue chapter 2, that is plants living and surviving. We are going to discuss about some unusual plants. First of all, let's know what is the meaning of unusual plants. Unusual means uncommon. That means usually what the plants are doing. Plants are fixed into the ground and they are taking the nutrients from the soil, and they are having the green color which is required to perform the photosynthesis. They are not depending on other animals or other living being to get the nutrients or the food. That's why they are called producer. But there are some examples of the different type of plants that do not perform the common thing. Okay, that's why they are known as unusual plants. And three types of unusual plants we are going to discuss today. First is non-green plants, second is epiphytes, third is insectivorous plants. Non-green plant we have already discussed briefly in chapter 1, but today we will again discuss this. But the two epiphytes, that is epiphytes and insectivorous plants, are new for you all. So please be in the video till the last. Let's start our video. Non-green plants are those plants that does not contain chlorophyll. Okay, you all are knowing chlorophyll provide green color to the plants, and that's why they are able to do the photosynthesis, because chlorophyll trap the sunlight which is required to do the photosynthesis. But some of the plant does not look green in color, like mushroom, molds, bracket tree and yeast. Okay, then how these are getting the plants, how these are performing the function to get the food? So the answer is they are depending on the dead plant or dead animals. When the animals or plant die, they mix into the soil. This process is called decaying. Okay, when they decay, they release some of the nutrients in the liquid form that mix into the soil, and after that these nutrients are absorbed by some of the plants, but they does not provide the color. Okay, their color is actually white. Okay, you can see these all are non-green. Okay, and these are the example of non-green plants. So these are getting the energy, or these are getting the food from the dead material, we can say, and that's why these are also called unusual plant. Why? Because usually the plants are making their own food, but these plants depend on some other material, some other things, some other way of getting the energy or food. Okay, that is from the dead plant and animals. That's why these are called unusual plant. Okay, next we are going to discuss about epiphytes. First of all, have a look on some of the plant. These plants are not fixed into the soil. As you can see, these plants are growing and taking the support of the other tree. On the tree these plants are growing. Okay, if we will see the another example. Okay, this is another example of epiphyte which is not fixed into the ground. This is also epiphyte which is growing on one of the stem of the tree. So epiphytes are those plants that generally grow or take the support on the other plants. I'm not saying they are taking the nutrients from the plant. Okay, they are not harming the plant wherever they are growing. They are only taking the physical support, and they are taking their nutrients, they are taking their food from the environment. Okay, they are taking the carbon dioxide from the air, they are taking the water when it rains, or whatever moisture is present in the air, they are taking the moisture from there. Why? Because their root is not in the soil. Generally the root of the plant is fixed into the ground, and that absorb the water from the ground. But the epiphytes are not fixed into the ground, they are growing on another plant. That's why they have to depend for the water in the on their environment, that is moisture which is present in our air, or sometime when it rains, that time they collect these water and absorb. Next, they are getting the nutrients from the waste material which is present around them. Okay, that can be the decaying plant or animals. Okay, but my dear, this time I am again saying they are not taking from the soil. Okay, they are taking from their environment. Okay, remains of plants, remains of animals which is which is present around them in their surrounding, they are taking the food from there. Okay, so let's discuss further about these plants. Okay, what are the example of the epiphytes? Mosses. As you can see, mosses does not have any root. Okay, they are not having root, they are growing on the rock, or they are growing on the some hard surfaces without the root. Next, you are seeing the fern, which is also growing on some other plants. Next example is orchid, which is the flower. Okay, they are also growing. As you can see, their root is present, but their root is not to fix into the ground, they are not fixed in the soil. Okay, they are growing on another a tree. Next is algae. You must have seen these algae on the pond or some stored water. When the water will be stored for a longer period of time, the algae always grow, and they grow on the upper surface of the water. These are also called the aquatic plant. We can consider algae as an aquatic plant. Okay, floating plant. They are floating on the surface, they are not having root, but they are the epiphytes also. Okay, next we are going to discuss about the insectivorous plants. I will show you some picture, Venus flytrap or sundew plants. Okay, these are the example of insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants, already I have discussed in the definition, those plants that eat the insects. Okay, they are known as insectivorous plants, or they are also known as carnivorous plants. Why? Because they trap the insect. Now the question is, why they need to eat the insects? Because, my dear, plants do the photosynthesis, but one more nutrients is required by the plant, that is nitrogen. The common plants are getting the nitrogen from the soil. Okay, but insectivorous plants are growing in those area where the nitrogen is not present in the soil. So these plants have to take the nitrogen from any other way. So they are eating insects, because when they are eating insect, from the insect they are digesting and getting the nitrogen nutrients. This is only the reason why they used to eat the insect. Okay, now let's discuss some of the example. This is the Venus flytrap. You can see before and after. They use with their open flaps. Okay, they are having the sticky and the nectar present over there, over the surface. You can see these are very sweet, and these are having the nectar, and these are having the sticky surfaces also, and the hair like structure is also present, so that they can trap the insect very nicely. So whenever they first of all they wait for the insect by opening their flaps. Whenever the insect is sitting over there, they are sticking with that surface and they are not able to fly, and later on their flaps are closed, and slowly these flaps will be closed till the insect will not be digested. Okay, so this way they trap these insect. Next example is a sundew plant. As you can see, sundew plant is having the finger like a structure, and over there hair like a structure is there. As you can see, these are the hair like structure. Okay, and these are again sticky. Whenever any insect is sitting over these, okay, then after they are coiling and they are trapping the insect between these leaves. Okay, these are the leaves having the hair like a structure and the sticky surfaces. Whenever the insect is sitting, okay, to suck the nectar or the sweet liquid, so that time they are not able to fly, and the hair like a structure help the sundew plants to trap the insect nicely. Okay, and then after they coiled, and they keep on coiled till the insect will not digest it. Understood? Next example is the peacher plant. As you can see, peacher plant, okay, there are the different shape and size of the peacher plant. As you can see, okay, they are the variety of peacher plant, but every peacher plant is having nectar inside them, and due to the pot like structure, these are called peacher plant. Okay, and they are having the lead over there, you can see, and it is closed whenever the insect is trapped inside that. Whenever insect is going inside the peacher plant to take the nectar, that time they closes these lead and they don't open these lead till the insect is digested. Okay, whenever one time they are digested, again they open these leaves, okay, and wait for the another insect. So these are all about the unusual plant. First is non-green, second is epiphyte, and third is insectivorous plant. I hope this video will help you, and okay, you will read the book each and every line very nicely, because that will help you most. Okay, thank you so much.